This time on SVM Pavitus, on the boat 3, Davits and Dogs. We decided to fit davits to the boat, and the first thing we had to do was make a 3D model to make sure that we could get the davits in the right place and ensure that the tailgate on our boat would take the load. It took a bit of working out and some calculations, but managed to do it. The trouble is, nowadays I don't have full AutoCAD, and so I had to use SketchUp, which is a free program from Trimble, what used to be Google's SketchUp. Anyway, we got it all sorted. Last time we'd shown you how I'd cut holes into the transom gate or tailgate. It generated quite a lot of interest, and I had some questions on our Facebook page and some PMs. So this time I thought I'd show you how we cut the holes, reinforced all the tailgate, did all the glass fibre work, and then replaced the teak. As you can see, we'd already reinforced the underside of the deck. The resulting reinforcement was over 50mm thick and gave us a real solid base to mount the sockets in. I always like to clean up as I go. It saves me trafing swarf all over the place and getting moaned at. So our trusty Aquavac was there to hoover up all the swarf.
Wow, I'm impressed. He's meticulous in all the stuff that he does, but he doesn't always clean up properly.
Once all the reinforcement was in, I then had to replace the floor by epoxying some 18mm ply under the original floor that I cut out, and then pouring liquid epoxy in and reinforcing that with woven mat. There's the timber I used. Well, that's the timber I was going to use originally, but I managed to get hold of some teak, but that's another story. The timber you just seen was called Arcona, but I managed to get hold of some real teak. Thanks Richard, much appreciated, and I'll pay you back one day. All the strips were cut to size, or slightly over size in their length, but the right size in width, and then I simply matched the pieces of teak to the pieces of teak next to them. It took quite a while doing this, selecting the right side and the right grain shape and the right colour to match the existing teak floor. Here it doesn't appear to match, but actually it does. You'll see later. I took particular care in making sure that the ends of the teak exactly matched those that were already on the floor. My dad always says, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well, boy, and he's so right. Take your time, work out what you're going to do, plan ahead and get things right. It's worth taking the time. So the next job was to mask up the existing teak to ensure I didn't put any epoxy onto it. I've used a lot of masking tape over the years, and to be honest, there's good masking tape and bad masking tape, and unfortunately I couldn't get good masking tape. Normally I go for 3M, but this was something that I got from the Chandlers and it was pretty cheap, but eventually we managed to get the lines right, get it sticking down, and well, it did the job. Then set the teak in the epoxy. I weighted it down with some dive weights, and yes Cindy, they're your pegs. It was all I could find to space out the teak to the right dimensions. Having done that, it was time to do the caulking, and yet again more masking tape. Now I'm actually using a skeleton gun here. Normally I'd use what's called a sausage gun, but I had to get rid of it, and this was the only one I had room for on the boat really. The caulking I'm using is a Dow product, and it is specifically for caulking teak decks. Now you need a fairly keen eye and a steady hand to do this, but if you've got neither, don't worry, that's what the masking tape's for. It is important that you don't trap any air in there, but afterwards what you do is just go over with a silicone squeegee. After 48 hours I was able to remove all of the masking and start with the sanding. For those of you who are fans of Sailing Life with Mads, this is real sanding porn. It took me 3 hours to get everything down to the right level, because I'd cut the teak just slightly thicker in order to get it level with the existing teak. but the result was fantastic. But it gave me sore arms, I have to say. Mads, this one's for you. Well, here's the teak, finally sanded. I think you'll agree, it matches pretty well. But it looked even better once I started putting the oil on. I always pour the oil into a plastic tray and apply it with a brush, quite liberally, wiping it off afterwards. And no one likes to watch paint dry or teak oil, so here's what it looked like when it was finished. Literally just after I'd finished the second coat of teak oil. The sockets for the removable davits poking out what is the back of the tailgate when it's down. It looked really good. I'm chuffed. And it wasn't as difficult as I first thought. The reinforcement gives us a clear 160 kilos load on the davits at the ends of the arms, and our dinghy doesn't weigh anything like that. But on to other stuff.
We had an incident one morning when Oscar decided to jump ship. Luckily it was onto the pontoon. Therefore we decided we would fit the safety netting around, more from our peace of mind as well as the safety of the dogs. This turned out to be quite a task, but once we got the method flowing, it actually looked pretty good. So far it's been quite a good deterrent, and they both seem more content walking around the decks now. For those that have asked, we do have life jackets for the dogs, and whenever we're clipped in, they're clipped in. They're not allowed on deck when we're sailing, but to be fair, they sleep most of the time when we're sailing anyway. The dogs do enjoy their morning run, although Lady was a bit put out this day because we forgot to take her a ball, but there were plenty of rabbits around and they could smell them. We feel it's important that the dogs have the best they can, which is why we're taking them as our crew, even if they do sleep all day.
We always try and make sure the dogs have a good walk, first thing in the morning and last thing at night.
The water's very low and it's still not low water yet.
In a few days' time we'll be setting off on our big journey, and we'll be showing you some of the preparations we've made before we go.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please give us your comments and thoughts.
You can now follow our adventures on Facebook. Just search Impavidus on the boat.
Safe sailing.
Bye!
Bye.